Hello and welcome to The Best of the Nest, a program produced by television production students of Armstrong High School that takes a look at the things from the student's point of view. I'm Bretland Johns of AHS-TV, and today we'll be previewing winter sports season here at AHS. First up, our own Nathan Wagaman sat down with Caden Olson and Jack Valasek to talk about the upcoming basketball season. Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Nathan Wagaman of AHS-TV. Today I'm joined here by Caden Olson and Jack Valasek to talk about basketball and football. Would you please tell us a little bit about yourself, Jack?
I'm an AHS sophomore. For the basketball team, I'm a shooting guard, and the football team, I'm a corner and wide receiver.
And you?
I'm Caden Olson. I'm a junior at Armstrong High School, and I'm the quarterback for the football team and the power forward for the basketball team.
Thank you. We're now going to take a closer look at the student section and what our students think about it.
Hello, I'm Tyson Porche of AHS-TV, and today we are taking a look at AHS sports. Let's see what AHS has to say about it. So what is your favorite sports memory?
Definitely beating Freeport in soccer last year and knocking them out of playoffs.
And what sport do you look forward to watching every year?
Definitely football. Student section's always great and the games are always really good.
What do you think the name of our student section should be?
Definitely the Armstrong Armada is the best option out of the three.
Thank you, Luke. All right, Scott, what is your favorite sports-related memory?
Definitely crowd surfing at the Armstrong versus Knock homecoming game this year. That was a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite memories of all time.
All right, what sport do you look forward to watching every year?
It's a bit of a complicated situation because I've only just started getting into sports this year. So I guess I'm really looking forward to basketball because it's the next up, and it'll be fun to yell like a moron there too.
All right, what do you think our Armstrong student section name should be?
I think it should definitely be the Armstrong Armada. It's the best sounding out of them. The other ones are kind of cringe.
Thank you. Chaden, do you enjoy participating in the school student section every year?
Yes, it is a lot of fun and I like participating in the themes.
And what sport do you look forward to watching every year?
Football.
All right. And what would you say your favorite sports memory was? Sports-related memory.
Hanging out with friends at football games.
All right. Thank you, Chaden. Well, there you have it, folks. Straight from the Hawks beak. Back to you in the studio.
I'm Nathan Wagaman of AHS-TV, for those of you just joining us. And I'm joined today by Caden Olson and Jack Valasek to talk about basketball and football. What do you guys think your biggest achievement was so far this year as a team?
I think really our biggest achievement was getting our first playoff win. That's not something that's been done at Armstrong before, so that gave us a lot of something to look forward to for next season and show us that all the hard work and stuff that we did the off season has paid off.
Yeah, that was a good Montour football team that we beat, and Coach was really proud of us, and we worked really hard towards that. So we can build off that next year, hopefully.
What led you guys to accomplish that achievement?
I think really all the time that we spent in the off season really paid off. We had 2-a-days. We spent a ton of time in the weight room this year, and it was something that we really focused on because maybe last season we weren't as strong as everyone else. So all the time that we put in the weight room and all the summer practice and stuff were definitely something that helped us get that win.
Sounds good. How do you plan on changing things up for next season to hopefully improve your game?
I think next year probably just going to continue to do the same things, get in the weight room, get stronger, hopefully get bigger. So, those are all real important things to playing football, and putting all the time and effort in is essential to being a good football team.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely. Summer workouts, our team, that really helped us a lot. We had a lot of turnout, good turnout by the guys, and weightlifting, it all helped us in the long run. So.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about basketball. How do you see this basketball season going?
I think it's going pretty well. We're a young team, so we haven't really got to play together a lot and develop our chemistry, but we've been in the gym a lot. We've been practicing for a couple hours every day, and we're slowly building, but we're gonna do well this season.
Yeah, definitely. We have some young guys coming in who are gonna have to take some big roles, but we'll have some growing pains, but I think eventually we'll be pretty good, and definitely next year we'll be really good. So.
All right. Are there any records either of you are planning on breaking this season?
I don't know about this season, but hopefully I can be the first person to score 1,000 points at Armstrong High School someday. So
I
before
think,
Caden.
yeah, definitely. I know that's a goal of everyone. So I think another thing we're trying to look forward to is trying to make playoffs. You know, we did it on the football field, but maybe in the basketball court, that's something that we're trying to look forward to. You know, our basketball team hasn't always been the best here, and trying to get that first playoff win is something big for our school and something we're looking forward to.
How do you think like the change in lineup from last year to this year? How do you think that's like gonna affect you guys? Because I know you had some really good seniors last year.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we started 3 seniors last year, so we had pretty good chemistry. But you know, the younger kids, they got to step up and fill those roles. So I mean, every team has to go through that, and I think that's just going to be something we have to adapt to.
All right, Jack. I know you were starting lineup last year, and how are you feeling about this year's starting lineup?
Definitely more confident. Well, last year, all those seniors, no one realizes that was all our first time playing together. So I think it'll be close to the same as last year once we start get going, and I think we can do the same thing we did last year. We got our first winning season, so hopefully we can do that again and then build on that by getting a playoff win and maybe more.
Was there anything about last year that you think will be hard to compete up for this year, like to match, other than seniors?
I think just really developing the chemistry with all the younger kids. I mean, we had 3 seniors that were great leaders last year, so they really stepped up whenever we needed them in the playoff game. Last year, unfortunately, came short, but you know, those seniors, they played a big part in that, and hopefully that we got some seniors and other leaders this year that can step up and fill their roles.
Who are your 3 leaders for this year?
So we nominated, we picked captains. Our team voted on them. I am one, Jack Valasek is one, and then our center, Isaiah Brown, is the 3rd captain. So we're going to try our best this year to lead this team and hopefully do well.
All right. What is the ideal outcome that you are looking for this season?
Definitely win a playoff game. You know, everyone wants to win a Whitfield championship, but we got to start somewhere, and that's going to be big. So hopefully in the upcoming years we can maybe do that. But this year we're just focused on getting the playoffs and getting that win, hopefully, and of course getting a winning season. So,
are there any smaller outcomes you guys are like looking forward to that like you're really fighting for on the off time or anything?
Like he said, I mean, a winning season again is always something that a team's trying to aim for, and like he said, the playoff win also. Getting a playoff win is definitely like a smaller step, and like he said, Whitfield championship is something big, but you can't always go for the biggest thing right off the beginning. So you have to work your way up and take the smaller steps in order to get there. So I think
you guys have a scrimmage coming up. Is there anything big happening that day that you're planning on like really making a scene for yourself?
So I mean, we had one scrimmage so far, and it was our first time playing together also. So this next scrimmage, I think we're just gonna try to work together, do the best we can, try to make sure we know all of our stuff, and get ready for this big season.
All right. Jack, who do you think on the court has like the best chemistry and like can really like when in doubt you look to them for help?
I'd say definitely me and Caden. We've been playing together for a while, and we know where we're at on the floor at all times. So I know when he's cutting, where he's going to be. So yeah, that's really it. And Ian, his little brother, he's a big part of that too, being our point guard this year. So
all right. Well, thank you. Well, that's all for this segment of Best in the Nest. I'd like to thank Caden Olson and Jack Valasek for joining me today to talk about football and basketball. Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, Nathan. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back for more AHS-TV's Best of the Nest.
You may show up to IUP unsure of your major. Know this: you'll never be referred to as undecided, but instead as an explorer, encouraged, mentored. Without losing time toward graduation, explore your options, then choose a major. Exploratory studies at IUP. Get to the best version of you.
Hello, I'm Mason Conroy from AHS-TV, and I'm here with Noah Shuttleworth and Aaron Bryson to talk a little bit about our upcoming Christmas breaks. So Noah, what do you usually do on your Christmas break?
Well, on Christmas Eve, we usually go out to my aunt's out in like Rural Valley and have Christmas Eve there with my mom's side of the family. And then on Christmas Day this year, actually, since we moved into our new house, we're having Christmas Day at our house.
Nice. What about you, Obi?
Christmas Eve, I'll go over to my grandparents' house, and then Christmas Day, my whole family comes to our house.
Nice. So, any specific items you have on your Christmas list this year?
Golf stuff. I mean, that's really it.
What kind of golf stuff?
Really,
Clubs, balls,
yeah,
tees?
clubs, pretty much.
Nice. What about you, Obi?
I want a new driver. That's all I really need for golf. I'd like a climber, so I can use that next year for hunting, and then new hockey stick.
Nice. So, I know there's usually a traditional meal for Christmas. Do you have any favorites? Any favorite, grandmother pie or turkey?
Honestly, not really. I kind of just eat whatever, everything.
Yeah, my pap steak is definitely my favorite part about the meal on Christmas.
Nice. My favorites, honestly. I like pumpkin pie a lot. I really like pumpkin pie. So, Christmas Eve, my family, we do Secret Santa, where on Thanksgiving we draw a family sibling or cousin or even aunt or uncle, and we don't tell them that we're their Secret Santa, and we get them a present. Do you do that at all, or have you ever participated in a Secret Santa?
I have, but not like on my own. Like in school, we used to do that. Or in school, I think like back in like when we were in elementary school, I think I did it a couple times. But I mean, I haven't really done it other than that. No.
What about you?
I don't normally do it with my family, but we did do it this year with the hockey team, so that's pretty fun. We have the party. It was supposed to be Tuesday, but it got moved to next Monday.
And our Christmas break's pretty long, and it goes through Christmas, through New Year's. I mean, New Year's plans, resolutions, anything?
Probably just plans. I mean, I'd probably just go to somebody's house, one of my friends, and hang out with them for the night or whatever.
Do you have a New Year's resolution for this year?
Nah. Yeah.
Nothing?
No.
Do you have any New Year's resolution? Any New Year's plans?
Not that I know of.
I know Dre Wolf's throwing a big party. Are you attending?
Most likely.
Most likely. Are you attending?
We'll see, I guess.
Well, I haven't actually gotten the invite yet, so
I haven't either.
I'll be waiting
It's
on
been
it.
talked about.
And we're just joined by a fellow friend, Gavin Grafton. Hey, Gavin, we were just talking about, our upcoming Christmas break. Do you have any special gifts on your Christmas list this year?
Not really, just clothes. I mean, the older you get, the more you just want clothes. Like, when you're younger, you get like a pair of socks, you don't really appreciate it. Now when you get socks or underwear, you really appreciate it, so.
Yeah, I really understand that. So, do you have any special, ideas that you usually do with your family, or any Christmas ideas or plans you have with your family this year?
I'll probably go to my grandparents' house after we open our gifts on Christmas morning, and then on Christmas Eve, we always watch Christmas movies before we go to bed, so it's just the same thing every year.
Nice. So, I know you guys have you and Noah and Bryson, you guys have a hockey tournament over Christmas break. How's that going to go?
Well, we'll probably win, because we don't lose, but we'll probably take the dub there. But I was a little disappointed we bought the tournament without asking us, because I was going to go golfing down in South Carolina, but I had to cancel that. It's a little depressing, but that's how it goes.
How do you think the hockey tournament's going to go, B?
Should get good. The only team we really played as good is Thomas Jefferson, but like Gavin was saying, this tournament was brought up out of nowhere, which kids already had planned vacations on Christmas break.
Do you guys have a full squad, losing any members, any injured players?
We got some injured players, and we'll probably be losing people to vacations because people have families in different states and stuff. So
this is technically I know you're 18, but the three of us up here, we're all 17. This is our last Christmas as kids, technically. So do you guys have any special Christmas memories? No, we'll start with you.
Maybe getting my dog on Christmas morning, but other than that, I mean, not really.
What about you, Gav?
There's a lot of memories on Christmas. A few stand out. Probably like when I used to get hockey sticks when I was younger. That was always like the light of it, because you'd get a new stick and you have to go test it out as soon as possible. It was always fun.
Oh yeah. What about you, B?
Definitely my favorite Christmas memory is when I got my hockey net when I was like 8 years old. And it's still sitting on my driveway to this day.
That's all we have for today. Thank you, folks.
The Communications, Media, and Instructional Technology PhD program gave my life direction. This program was perfect for me with a combination of research and media production. Hands-on courses gave me skills that I now pass on to my students. I use all three areas of the program, production, theory, and research, every day in my job as a college professor.
Learn how the CMIT PhD program can change your life. Visit iup.edu/CMIT.
And we're back with more AHS-TV's Best of the Nest. I'm Bretland Johns of AHS-TV. Next up, our own Gavin Grafton takes a look at the dress code policy here at AHS. Take it away, Gavin.
Hello, I'm Gavin Grafton of AHS-TV. Today I'm joined by Jay Dudek and Mr. Fischel to talk about school dress code, and would you please tell us a little bit more about yourself for our viewers? Mr. Fischel?
My name is Mr. Fischel, and I teach world history here at Armstrong High School.
Jade?
I'm Jade Dudek, and I'm a senior here at AHS.
Thank you. We're now going to take a closer look at AHS to say about the dress code.
Hello, I'm Logan from AHS-TV, and today we're taking a look at dress code. Let's go take a look and see what AHS has to say about it.
Do you feel that the dress code is too strict, too lenient, or just right?
I feel that the dress code is slightly too strict just because people are getting taken out of classrooms and such by, well, we all know who. And just because their shirts are a little too low or their shorts are a little too high, for me it's not distracting.
I would say our school's dress code is probably just right.
I think it's generally appropriate. Some teachers will be a little strict with it, but overall, pretty appropriate.
I feel like it's appropriate. I think that some teachers are more strict than others, but overall I think it's appropriate.
I think it's about just right. I know a lot of schools that their dress code is really strict, and I think we do a good job of keeping ours more lenient.
Do you feel that the dress code restricts an individual from expressing themselves?
No, I feel like people are able to express themselves and wear what they want to wear, but still in the dress code.
I don't really think that has a big impact on like limiting someone to what they can express themselves to.
I would say our school's dress code probably doesn't prohibit people from expressing themselves. I think if we had maybe uniforms in our school or had a slightly stricter dress code, it might. But I definitely think that within at least Armstrong, we keep it pretty open for our students to express their own creativity and style.
I think that the dress code that we have allows students to express themselves appropriately.
I think that our school does a good job of letting people express themselves. And maybe it could feel a little restricting, but I think it overall does a pretty good job. Well, there you have it, folks. Straight from the Hawks Peak. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Logan. I'm Gavin Grafton of AHS-TV, for those of you just joining us. And I'm joined by Jay Dudek and Mr. Fischel to talk about the school dress code. Mr. Fischel, I'll go with you first.
Dress code is appropriate and effective. There could always be changes made to anything, but at this point in time, I don't see anything major that might be addressed by the dress code.
Yep. Jay, what do you think about the dress code?
I mean, it's a dress code, like, it's helping keep all the kids dressed appropriately, and I feel like keeps us intact in the school.
So, do you think the dress code is effective and keeps kids focused on the academics?
As I say, the dress code is pretty effective, but I think there's other factors that kids may not focus on academics, such as electronic devices, as compared to the dress code.
Yeah. There's definitely a few moments. What do you think about it?
I think it is effective, but I don't think kids are focused on what other kids are wearing when learning in the classroom.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's definitely a few moments where I've been distracted more by my phone than what people are wearing. So what do you think about the dress code? Do you think it needs to be more strict for girls or for boys? Jade, have you ever been dress coded?
No, I haven't, but in the question, I think it kind of goes for girls because girls like to wear the shorter shorts, like the boys have the longer shorts, but it's kind of difficult for a lot of girls to find shorts that are almost to the knee because that's not in style per
Mom
se.
shorts.
And like I feel like if you're reasonable with it, if your butt is not showing, I think it's fine. It's not distracting. I think all is good.
Mr. Fisher, what do you think about it?
Well, I've never been dress coded, so
Yeah.
I can't really comment on that. But it's really hard to say. It really depends on the individual situation, what's going on, because you can't really say more girls than boys, because there might be more boys that say wear inappropriate T-shirts for school rather than girls. So it really just depends on the situation and the type of dress involved.
Yeah. So what do you think about the ideal dress code in school should be?
Well, ideally, probably the one thing that should be worn every day by all students is something with Armstrong High School on it.
Yeah.
But that's maybe a little bit unreasonable to have everyone dressed in Armstrong High School attire. But in an ideal sense, I think that would be the case, but we're working in the practical world, so the school dress code is probably working as well as it could.
Yeah. Jay, what do you think the ideal dress code would be?
Like Mr. Official said, I feel like it's working as ideal as it is, but I think if you're just reasonable with it and actually not showing things that other people don't need to see, I think that's where we should stand.
So, Mr. Official, how do you address dress code violations?
I'll just give hypothetical situations. Say, for example, a student named Noah might be wearing an inappropriate shirt to school. I might tell Noah, no, you have a hoodie, put the hoodie over the inappropriate shirt. So it really depends on the particular situation, how I address the dress code, whether it's something that I could take care of in the classroom, or they need to go to the office, or possibly call home and get a different change of clothing for the violation.
Yeah. Do you think that the AHS should institute school uniform policy, and why do you think that?
Well, as I said before, ideally, students maybe not necessarily the same exact clothing, but probably should wear Armstrong High School clothing every day, just maybe a hoodie, a T-shirt, a polo shirt, something along those lines. But living maybe in the practical world, that might be kind of hard to do, so probably not, no. School dress code is, you think of school dress codes would be where all students are wearing the same exact clothing, say same exact shirt, same exact pants, same exact shoes. Might be a little practical for a public high school where there's less control over how the student gets dressed at home, where they get dressed, what type of clothing they have access to.
Yeah. Jay, what do you think about school uniforms?
Personally, I don't think there should be uniforms. I like having that choice of like if I want to wear like sweatpants a day, or like if I want to actually dress up instead of having to dress up a certain way every single day. I mean, it might make it easier for picking out an outfit, but I think the use of no like school uniform expresses people's like personality, kinda. There might be some excessive outfits out there, but like I don't know, I like the difference in the change.
Yeah, I for one wouldn't want school uniforms. I wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt every day. It's just what I do. So, do you have anything else to add or benefit for our viewers?
Well, I think just talking in particular is about Armstrong High School. High school students should know how to dress themselves. They should know what's appropriate and what's not. So that really shouldn't be an issue with dress code violations in high school. And if there's a dress code violation, it's because the student knowingly committed a dress code violation. Like they know what to wear, what not to wear. So the fact is they show up to school in something that might be questionable. They probably are maybe looking to draw some attention to themselves, whether it's with other students, staff, or both.
Yeah. So they know what they're doing when they put on certain clothes.
Say that.
Jay, do you have anything to add for our viewers?
Just be reasonable with your choice of clothing. Don't be flaunting things that other people don't need to see. Like, just be covered. Like, if you have to think, oh, am I able to wear this or not? You probably shouldn't wear it. But like other times, if it's like you're thinking about your shorts, if your butt's not showing, I feel like that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because like the fingertip rule, some girls are gonna have longer arms than others, and so some people might be able to get away with it. Well, that's all for this segment of Best of the Nest. I'd like to thank both Jade and Mr. Official for joining me today to talk about this dress code.
Well, that's our show for this week. Best of the Nest is produced by students enrolled in television production courses at Armstrong High School. Join us again next time for the look at what is happening around the Armstrong High School from the students' point of view. Until then, from our nest to yours, have a great week.